Welkom bij BINK, de enige echte podcast voor en door de STVV-supporter. This is going to be a very special episode, right, Niele?
That's right, Jan. We're going to do this in English, which is special for us.
Very special.
A little bit stressy, I must admit. But it is because we have a special guest, Andy. Andy, welcome. You're one of the Scottish Canaries.
Yes.
That's right?
Yes, that's right. Yes.
All right. Welcome.
Thank
You arrived here this weekend, or
Yeah, arrived on Thursday.
on Thursday?
Yes.
All right. So
And we're now Sunday evening.
evening, yes.
2 days after the match against Eupen.
Yes, 2 days after that match. So we're going to talk about that first, Andy. Afterwards, we're going to dive into your history of the Scottish Canaries. But let us maybe start with a very brief summary of what we have seen on Friday, right? Niele, I looked at you right after the game on Friday, and I saw a mixture of anger and frustration, and disappointment as well. Is that all true?
I think you're right. And I think it's not a surprise if you lose 2 points in the last minute of the game against such a weak opponent. I cannot be happy then. And yeah, that's for sure. First half, I think we were pretty good. Our intentions were good. We tried to bring some good offensive actions on the pitch. But then the second half, it was a little bit sloppy. You didn't see a lot of good actions anymore. Eupen had possibilities, but they still remain very weak. And then in the last couple of minutes, it was a mixture of trying to have the second goal with the chance of Van Helden. He missed, almost unbelievable. And then we received that goal in the last minute. It's such a disappointment.
Some would say that's football. But Andy, we have to come. I come from Leuven to the football in Sint-Truiden. It's not that far. For you, it's been a couple of hundreds of miles to see this happening. What were your thoughts when you were looking at it?
Pretty much the same. I thought it was a good performance, and the performances have been better all season.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things of the game. The last 30 seconds is a bit brutal.
Bit brutal. And brutal is exactly the right wording, because as we speak, there's a fanfare. I don't know really the word in English, passing by our window here at 22 FM. So that's a noise you might hear at home. So
it was a bit hard on the team to lose a goal so late on.
Yeah.
Especially with the chance just a minute and a half before.
Yeah. Especially also because it's the second game in a row that we lose, that we don't lose points, because the previous game we did win right at the end minute. But is it a thing now that we are vulnerable right until the end after 2 games?
Yeah.
And how do you explain what could be?
I don't know.
Fitness,
concentration, maybe.
Concentration.
Stress for losing the points.
A young team.
Yeah.
Still bonding, still learning what they're doing with each other.
Yeah.
And sometimes you see it that they're pushing too hard early.
Yeah.
That they think, oh, this is it, the game is done. And then the last 30 seconds, the game is not done.
No, it's over until it's over.
Once it's over, it's over.
Yeah.
You must keep going till the full time whistle.
Exactly. I think it's indeed fitness for me, and also experience. I think you summarized it. Was a good summary. Okay, let's focus also a little bit on the good points, because we did see a good first half, right?
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
Best I've seen.
And
but you didn't
much
see a
better
lot of
than last time when we were complaining that there was no that we had a lot of possession of the ball, but didn't really have good enough chances. And now you saw like centers that came through. There was also a lot of pressure from us in the second half and of the field. And I think with KV, or striker, You had
Why do you say his first name?
because I. It's too difficult. Yeah.
We're already talking English now. If we had to talk Iranian, because he's Iranian apparently. Well, he's American, but he's Iranian heritage. But I really was really glad to see that for a long time. It's been a long time that we didn't really have a striker up front that could weigh on a defense and was able to take the chances. So I think that is something I would like to remember from this game, and the rest. It's a learning moment, a learning curve for this team, right?
Yes, and but now you really need to take the 3 points next week. Against Westerlo.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, if we lose next week, right? Then what do you think? What would be the result of that? Because Westerlo is at just one. Yeah. Is it the 6 point game or a 9 points game in your idea, in your thoughts?
A 9 points game, Jan. Does that exist?
I mean, I don't know. It's it's even more important than a 6-1. But
no, I think a 6-1. It's still
definitely.
Yeah, it's you're playing against. They're still at the bottom of the league. So you're playing against them. You really need to win. And there is no doubt about that.
Yeah, indeed. Anyways, we're going to see it happen next week. I think the reason why we're here with Andy today is that we are really interested and curious to know how it's even possible to have a Scottish fan club of Sint-Truiden. So Andy, maybe you can shed some light on that. How did all of this begin, and what is your role in it?
I will try.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that Roy does this so much better than I do. Wow. He started the club. Basically, he started coming across because he met someone and made friends with someone from Veln, and he brought one of his friends across, then he brought us across, and that was 16. He started maybe 18, 19 years ago.
Oh, is it that? I didn't know that.
And we first started, I first started coming across 16 years ago.
16 years ago.
And we then formed the fan club 15 years ago in January just past.
All right.
So that's 2008?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's just that's the season that we were promoting, or just got relegated?
Just got relegated.
Yeah. Oh, even that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the
promotion is this year thereafter.
The first visit was to an away game at Genk.
Okay. Was the first visit?
It was the first visit, yeah.
Okay.
My first visit.
Oh,
okay.
And did we win?
No.
Obviously not.
Obviously.
No. Could you explain the relegation at the end of the season?
Yeah, probably. And so Roy was really the founder of the
He was the founder. He was the driving force behind everything.
Yeah.
And
he said, "Oh, you really must come. You really must come. It's great. You will love the people. You will love the place. You will."
And you were convinced.
You can stand. You can drink at the football. You can. Hey, you already sold us, because by this point, almost all the top division stadiums in Scotland had to be seated.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So to come and be able to stand at the football, to have a beer at the football, and you're watching football that is of a decent standard.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the time, it was a bit different to how we saw Celtic and Rangers every week. You guys see the other top clubs, Anderlecht, Standard.
Yeah, you only have
Club Brugge. You're seeing them every week and going, oh, there's a level that
our top is actually more broad, and we have a lot more top clubs in our competition. Even though they don't play at the top of the league, they still remain
top clubs.
Yeah, that's true. So it's a mixture of seeing decent football and everything that goes with football, being beer and standing up and
in the stands.
So yeah, I can imagine that it's cool. We've been to one game in it's been a while, to the Celtic game. I don't know if I'm breaking someone's heart right now, but we did go to Celtic. It's been a couple of years, and I was amazed. I mean, the ambience I thought was really cool.
Yes, I remember that it was very cold.
Oh yeah, it was extremely cold. I mean, we were not dressed for it.
And it was like in September,
No,
October.
it was. I remember it was in October, and it was extremely hot in all of Europe, except
Indeed.
for in Scotland, where we were.
That's right.
But it will never be as cold as Mons. We went to a game in Mons and
Okay.
Okay.
standing, shivering, you extra thermal layers on, everything.
At least I hope that game we won then.
0-0.
0-0. Okay, we didn't
We
lose.
have an audience who can confirm.
Yeah, we have an
Fact
audience.
checkers.
We have the fact checker actually, Chris van Münster. All right, so okay, and going back to the club, the fan club. So, how many people are you?
There's 4 basic members.
Yeah.
There are many sub-members.
Really?
Members who help
Yeah.
on this side,
Okay.
in the Belgian side, and
Okay.
that pushes the numbers really well up.
Oh yeah. So we have people from Belgium that are members to the Scottish.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't. Oh yeah. I see. Chris van Münster is again raising his hand. He's a member. Okay. Great. And also a question that came up when I was preparing a little bit this segment is if you're not here in Sint-Truiden, you're obviously in Scotland. Where in Scotland actually?
Dundee.
Dundee. Okay.
You're from there.
So you go also to watch the game over there, or you don't even go there?
Not so much now. I go and watch junior football because you can stand, you can have a beer, you can
Yeah.
Okay.
do all the stuff that I like doing at the football rather
Yeah.
than sitting there freezing,
Yeah.
looking stupid.
So, but if you're not there. If you're not here, you're there. Are you able to watch the games? Do you do that?
In the past, it was channels like He's Goal and things like
Yeah.
that, but once they got taken away, I've now found that Bet365 have the
Yeah.
The rights.
the
rights.
gates
Yeah.
Okay.
games on all every week, apart from the cup game during the week
Okay.
last week.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
managed to miss one.
But all the rest you see, and then you come together, or you sit just at home and.
Roy now stays in Crieff, Don stays in St Andrews, Mark stays in Dundee, bit far away from me, so
Okay,
it's
it's difficult.
it's difficult to get together.
But you look
and-
at your home.
no, it's set on
to
the
like-
home screen and
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, nice.
And
we-
you try to watch every game.
every game that I can. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Nice.
I also tried the DAZN. I've seen
Yeah.
some games on there, and
11.
11.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so you're really following it. It's not that you just come here and then, which should be perfectly
We
fine as
switch
well,
off.
but you're really following it.
Yeah. we don't switch off. We do keep in touch with each other. And have you seen the game? What do you
Okay.
think?
Okay,
All
great.
right.
So you were friends, I imagine. You
Yeah.
knew Roy before you.
Well, I knew Mark,
so,
and Mark worked with Roy,
okay.
and Don worked with Roy, so it was easy to get everyone together.
Oh, yeah, okay, so fantastic.
Come on,
fantastic.
friends.
Hmm.
Okay.
So you're going to the football with friends. So that's exactly what we do, right? Here in
Yeah.
Belgium.
It's exactly what we do when we come across, because the
Mhm.
amount of people we've met since we started who have become firm friends, it's now we're coming to see friends. The football is a bonus.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah. Because that really feeds perfectly well into another question that I had is, what does STVV means for you? I mean, just to give a little bit of framework for you, we've been brought up here. We're born here. This is a city that is close to our heart. Everything that is around is breathing STVV. It's totally different for you. So there must be something. You already mentioned the football and the beer, but is it then the friendship
Yeah.
again as well?
100%.
Okay.
The friends you make here is fantastic. Everyone welcomes you every time you come back, and they embrace you.
Yeah.
It really is the only way to describe it. They're just unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's an unbelievable place to visit.
Okay.
And I also do the tourist thing of walk around, take pictures of the town and
Of Sint-Truiden.
Of
You don't
Sint-Truiden.
go visiting other cities?
not so much.
Not so much. You don't go to Genk, for example?
There is always something to find that's different that you haven't seen already, even in 16 years.
Yeah, but I can imagine. I mean, it's for Niele, for you maybe it's different, but I was going to high school here in Truiens. I went here often, but do I know the city really well? I don't know. It's because it's your city. You're not visiting it the same way that you would if you come from abroad. So I can imagine it's a interesting place. Great. Please.
Do you often come to here to visit Steyr or visit the friends?
It's usually just for football.
Okay.
But we have been a couple of times that the football's not on, so we've just come.
And how many times do you
before COVID,
we
were doing at least 2 a season.
Okay.
Two a year.
Yeah.
We've kind of had to work around things since then. And 2 of the guys still have no passports since COVID because the passport ran out during COVID. So they still haven't renewed because what's the point? We can't go anywhere.
Okay, yeah. Well, okay, I have good news. You can again travel without any limitations. No, but I mean, also with the Brexit, maybe something. For me, it is like this. I mean, since breakfast, I almost said Brexit. I always have the feeling that I have to do an extra effort to go there, which is maybe not true. But the idea that you need to show your passport and stuff like that.
There are new things, new regulations that your passport now gets stamped, so it takes a little longer to get through customs. It's a small price to pay.
Yeah, for sure,
to come and watch the football here.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is always a bonus.
And having a beer,
and it's again. Have you tried this beer? I've been coming 16 years and I still get. Have you tried this one? Have you tried this one?
So you bring the whiskey then, I imagine.
Bring fortress, yeah. I don't drink whiskey.
You don't drink whiskey?
No.
Are you the only guy in Scotland?
It's a myth that Scottish people all drink whiskey.
Okay, it's a myth. Well, it's a beautiful myth.
It can be.
It can be, yeah. Fine. Really interesting. Also, when we always ask our guests, everyone who comes here is the question, what his or hers, because we also had some women, most favorite, most memorable memory of STVV. If I would ask this question, I'm asking you this question, what would it be?
Probably the foundation night of the club, where we were all, we were brought into the STVV family. That's probably the most outstanding thing. But then there was also, I think that was the same year, there was no football in January, and we created on January, at the start of January, and there was a friendly game the next night. Or the night before.
Doesn't matter.
Someone will know somewhere.
Chris knows, but okay.
And that was special because we had come across to see this rather than a big game, a game that everyone wants to see and things. Oh, we'll create the supporters club with this in mind, that we have the friendly game also.
Oh yeah, it's then you're really a supporter. If you go to friendlies games, then you're really the one of the key guys. And so you say the night it was founded. Why? What was so striking about it?
It was just everyone embracing, bringing everyone together and saying, look, we recognise you as a supporters club, not just as people who come to the game. You are now
part of the family.
Part of the family, basically, yeah.
And was it
part
like a ceremony, or because I'm trying to picture what happened?
It tied in with Gran Canaria's anniversary. Their 5-year anniversary.
Something like that.
Yeah. So it tied in with them, and we said, right, we'll all have one big party that night in Freddy's.
Yeah, Café Stadion.
Café Stadion with Freddy, obviously. Yeah, that's legendary. Legendary. Yeah, I wasn't there, but I can imagine it right now since you mentioned Freddy and Café Stadion. The ambience comes to life a little bit.
The ambience comes to life. Automatically, the memories come back of the little room at the back. And
yes. Well, it's quite extraordinary, right, Niele, to have We have also another fan club that is not Belgium based, right?
Yeah, I think the one of Sunderland. The Sunderland people.
STVV Macams.
Yeah.
Macams, yeah.
Indeed.
Which is a perfect segue because we forgot to mention that fan club from Sunderland when Peter was here. You remember that? Peter Davis was here. He's moving to London, and we were saying jokingly, we might want to raise or start a fan club over there in the UK.
Mm-hmm,
and then we got a message that we already have.
Indeed. And there's a friend of us who's now going to live in London, and he was here in the podcast. Indeed, yeah, Jan, you're right. That's an idea for Peter to pick up, maybe after January when he's really moved in and settled there.
That we expect no less.
Yeah, indeed.
At least a London fan club.
Yeah, then we still need one in Ireland, and then we have covered the Northern Ireland, and we have covered everything.
Is there not one in association with Drogheda?
Yeah, indeed.
That's just started.
The Brigada Hispania
Oh, yes.
has some
Yes.
connections there, indeed.
So that there is already the work is already there.
Yeah, indeed.
We're taking over.
Yeah.
We're taking over. Yeah, fantastic.
Your world domination is next.
Yeah, well, I won't jump that far, but at least we're trying. Okay, so it's been a challenge a little bit to speak English. I hope we were proficient enough to...
Fantastic. Better than my Flemish. Far better.
Well, we will maybe start some Dutch lessons after the podcast.
I tried. I just can't form the sentences properly.
Oh, but
Every time I look at the way a sentence is put together, no.
yeah, it's
It
a
makes no
difficult
sense.
grammar.
Yeah, it's really a difficult language, actually.
Yeah, but Gaelic is as well. Huh?
Experts.
Sorry, Scottish.
Scottish is well.
Scottish. I always make the mistake. I just made the mistake again. It's not Gaelic, it's Scottish. Anyway, I think with this we can already close a little bit of the podcast. We thank you so much for coming here, but also for supporting STVV from so far.
Mm-hmm.
It's really heartwarming to see that the values that we hold dear to our heart, friends, beer, obviously, but also feeling part of a family, STVV family, are also embodied by what you guys are doing. So that's perfect. Niele, you want to add something before we close?
Not really, Jan, but I thought you would have one more question for me.
I have one more question for you. Oh.
No, yeah.
Okay. So, in full fairness and full transparency, we did prepare this one a little bit better because we were a little bit afraid of the English that we needed to use. So, I did prepare a question for you, Niele. And before I do that, first, I want to say thank you again, Andy, to you.
Thank you very
also
much for
for
having
coming.
me. Thank you.
No,
It's
it's
been
our
an
pleasure.
honor.
It's our pleasure.
Is it your first time in a podcast?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Nice.
First time ever.
Maar goed, Niele, we gaan toch afsluiten in het Nederlands. Dat
Mhm.
voelt toch onmiddellijk wat
Ja,
vlotter.
het is een switch, hè.
Het is een position switch, een language switch. Hoe ging dat voor u zo in het Engels eigenlijk?
Ça va wel. Ik ben wel gewoon van professioneel in het Engels te babbelen, maar ja, in een podcast is dat toch altijd wat anders. En zeker over voetbal. Het is ook al lang geleden dat ik nog Match of the Day of zo heb gezien, dus dan is het ook wel wat raar. Maar ja... en ik kan niet ontkennen, Jan, dat jij de leiding goed hebt genomen in het gesprek. Hè. Dus dat ging goed. En af en toe zo'n vraag van mij gepikt hebt, dus maar dat vergeef ik u heel graag.
Ja, dat was de nervositeit toch een beetje. Nee,
maar je deed dat heel vlot, Jan.
Voilà,
Heel
voilà.
goed gedaan.
Ah, merci. Dat is erkenning is
thanks,
belangrijk. En thanks, Andy. Goed, voor ik afsluit, misschien toch nog een kleine oproep. Misschien is er iemand die luistert en die goed bedreven is in YouTube en het maken van ondertitels. Laat ons dan iets weten via onze social media en dan regelen we dat we dat kunnen doen. Niele?
Ja, ik wil misschien nog afsluiten met 2 zaakjes.
Ja.
Deze podcast nemen we nu op
Ja.
na het duel tegen Eupen. Maar we hebben intussen eigenlijk ook al de vorige match besproken, maar die was net voor Eupen, dus we gaan zo wat na elkaar releasen. Dus dat zal wel zichzelf uitwijzen online. Dus dat is ook zo wat voor ons wat raar. En we hebben het de vorige podcast dan niet gehad over de goaltjes. Nu kunnen we dat even kort doen, maar we gaan daar niet te lang bij stilstaan. We hebben de wedstrijd afgesloten, we hebben ook geen nieuwe inzendingen gekregen. We zijn samen met STV aan het kijken wat mogelijk is, maar daarover later meer.
Inderdaad. Goed, bij deze gaan we onze kilt uitdoen, denk ik, Niele. En ons glaasje whisky verder uitdrinken. En dan zeg ik tot een volgende keer. Tot een volgende BINK.